Are you looking to make money by creating content and sharing stories with your audience, but don't know where to start? In this video, I'll guide you through starting a media company and monetizing all that hard work from your YouTube channel, your blog, or news company. Hi, I'm Josh from the University of Verne Small Business Development Center, and here at the SBDC, we help small businesses start and grow with free one-on-one consulting and free startup guides just like this one. So if you're looking to take content like a blog, a YouTube channel, or a news company to the next level and turn it into a full-fledged business, there are some specific things you need to take care of. Many content creators start as a hobby, but have no idea what it takes to turn their passion into a legitimate business. In this startup guide, I'll show you 5 steps to get your media business started and what you need to know to operate as a legitimate business. So let's get started. So the very first step is to come up with a business concept. Now, many of you who are watching will already have this down because you have an existing blog or YouTube channel. Now, beyond this concept, you may need to do some research to see if this is a sustainable topic that will last or if it's just a fad. You'll also want to make sure that the content you create is fresh and not being talked about in a saturated space. That will increase your competition and make it harder for you to make money once you monetize your content. You'll also want to think about your main customer demographics and if they are receptive to this kind of content enough to grow, and this will be useful later. Now, with your business concept written down and some customer information, you'll need to track your costs and revenue. This may not need to be as crucial if you're already creating what you need. If you're just starting out, let's give you an idea of what you might actually need to get started. So for a blogger or a news site, domain and hosting will cost you a minimum of $150 per year. You'll need internet service and maybe even a camera of about $600 or so to capture images, or you can procure them from a place like Getty or Shutterstock. For a YouTube channel, you can get away with using your phone for video, but you may need to get a mic or recorder to get good audio and a computer with at least iMovie, or for more advanced editing, Final Cut Pro. So unless you have this stuff ready to go, starting up from scratch can cost you anywhere from a few $100s to a few thousand. Now, the next thing you're going to have to think about is how are you going to make money? This is the number one question that anybody who creates content for their business is going to ask. So for example, many content creators on YouTube look to YouTube advertising as a source of revenue, but you shouldn't just limit yourself to that. More sophisticated content creators will grab sponsors if they have a big enough audience to pitch their products every once in a while. Now, besides that, there are other types of ways you can use to monetize content that you're creating through subscriptions for more exclusive content to your members, or create digital products like an ebook or a worksheet for purchase. The biggest thing with creating a product is how are you going to charge for it? You want to see what costs you incur through your process and what tools you're actually using, and factor all that stuff in. Check out our video to get started with pricing in the card above. So now that you know your costs and how much you're going to be charging for your products, it's time to get that business started. But how are you going to do that? Now, you can start as a sole proprietor if you'd like to avoid too many costs right at the start. If you want a little bit more liability protection and legal avenues to protect your copyright, then setting yourself up as an LLC in California is fairly easy to do. You can check out our video on the full process to get started as an LLC in the card above. Not only will you need to set up a business, but you'll also need to grab an EIN and set up your bank account, so you'll be able to separate your business funds from your personal funds. You'll also want to grab a business license for the city the business is going to be in, and you can do that from a video in our channel as well. Now, the next step is to figure out how the operations are actually going to work. This means how the business is going to be run. Now, for the most part, you already have a system in place to track how you're creating content or your show, but if you don't, then you may want to invest in some kind of project management software to get all of that stuff situated. Products like Asana or Trello will help you visualize your process and track everything you need for production, and they're free to get started. You'll also want some kind of accounting or bookkeeping software like QuickBooks or Wave Accounting to keep track of all that money you're going to be making once you monetize your content. Now, you may also want to consider hiring some contractors to delegate certain parts of the creation process. Now, depending on how you do this, you may want to start using freelancing websites like Fiverr or Upwork, or even hire full-time employees. You may want to use a service like Gusto or Bambi to get those employees set up with HR and with the state of California. So now that we have your business set up, it's time to start growing. Now, you probably don't need too much help with this, since you've been growing your subscriber or reader base before you started setting up your business. Now, remember those target demographics from step 1? This will give you the information and insight where you can expand or distribute your content beyond your main platforms like a website or your YouTube channel. Social media is a great way to distribute your content. You can create teasers, snippets, full stories to entice prospects to follow you or even subscribe to get more exclusive content. You may also want to branch out into other shows or other types of content like interviews, podcasts, vlogs to reach a wider audience. Now, if you're looking to expand your distribution, you can test it out, look at your analytics before shifting over completely. And not everything will work right away, but if you do get a good response, then go for it. Now, the biggest thing you can do is to poll your audience with email on platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, and get some insight into the direction your audience is comfortable with, and then give them what they want. So starting a media company like a blog, a YouTube channel, or a news site is harder than it looks. It's not just taking money for content that you're creating. There are some important steps for laying the groundwork and actually operating as a full business. But let me know what you think. Are you a content creator looking to go full-time, or are you in the process and need help getting started and ready? Let us know down in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, leave us a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to get updates on all of our newest content to start and grow your new business. So, do you want to start blogging but don't know the first thing about writing? Check out this video to get started with blogging for your business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.